Alright, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Um, we were in the hospital still last time, and that's where we left off.
Yeah.
As it says up here at the left-hand corner of the hospital. Oh yeah, and I
Uh,
forgot to say Joe's with me again, of course.
oh, hi. I'm here.
Let's continue, shall we? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. Doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting on them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. Never answered anything in the straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So he's going through surgeries?
He's gone through a lot of surgeries.
I thought it was just something that he had to like rest from, and because it's something he has to deal with like for the rest of his life.
I think there are surgeries to help him, help his quality of life,
Hmm.
so that it's not as big of a problem.
Okay. I hadn't heard of that, so I
I,
don't know.
I, I this is me guessing. I don't know.
Well, it says he's having surgeries.
Yeah, I know he's had surgeries. I just don't know if it's just for plot convenience. Like, oh yes, we want to put a scar on his chest, or if it's like that's an actual thing.
So I idly observe the scar that those surgeries have left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of an omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough that now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. It makes this empty bed makes it look like he's like passed on.
Dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's gone now, or maybe left home. But it's a very sad scene, especially with these like leaves falling outside.
The sakura petals, I think.
Sakura,
Sakura. It's
Sakura.
they're cherry petals, cherry leaves.
Did one of them just land on this table?
I think they did. This
That's
game is a
cool.
little bit more like in depth with the background and stuff.
It's a little more animated,
Yeah.
which I mentioned like last time that we played this. But I love it. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more.
He ate them.
Yeah. Consuming their knowledge by absorbing them. I
That'd be a
found
neat way to learn.
just stick the book in your head
Yeah, or just eat the
and
book.
it just would go in there.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay, I now know everything that this book had to teach me.
Be like the Matrix.
Yeah.
Wow, now I know Kung Fu. I found that I like reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. But I love the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became incredibly hard. Man, I want to get past this part.
Yeah.
I really do.
The story gets a lot more interesting when we actually get to like the school.
Yeah, I figured. To distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside, it felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass. I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of the book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry.
White.
What?
Everything just got really white.
Oh, white. They said why.
Yeah. No.
Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There's this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then settles them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hosao. How are you today? I don't answer him. Were you gonna do the voice?
I was getting ready to, yeah.
Yeah. I heard you go, clearing your throat for it. You can do it if you want.
Alright. Thought I'd give you a break from all that monologuing.
I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him.
I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine.
Believe you can fly.
We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription.
Doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many.
Oh. We don't have all the voices sorted out yet.
We're gonna do like the Go Tanks thing where we both speak at the same time.
That would be very awkward.
That'll be the voice of the dad.
Go Tanks fused and could never unfuse. It became Hisao Nakai's father.
My dad fused with another man. That's why he sounds like that. I take it from his hand and take a look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? What's going on? Oh, that's a lot of words. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and doses are all listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life, every day. I can't even read that now, most of it anyways.
Yeah, I see dizziness.
Depression, dizziness, 25. Pen.
Diarrhea.
Something?
I see diarrhea.
I see depression again.
Yeah. I see erectile dysfunction.
Oh man. He's just a kid.
Yeah. Anyways. I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see if that list fades over the years.
Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all.
I wouldn't have. I'd like to take less pills.
Yeah.
Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that would be best if you don't return to your old school.
What?
You want to do that voice?
Oh. Please, calm down, Sal. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled?
Hey, homeschooled isn't that bad, man.
What? Yeah, well, it's a different culture there. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Maybe it's like more frowned upon or something.
Maybe.
Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored.
We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with its disabled students.
Disabled? What? Am I?
It has a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby.
Independence is a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact.
He really didn't. He was like, it's a school full of disabled students.
Yeah.
He wasn't exactly trying to disable it.
Disable
it. Disguise it.
Trying to disable the school by putting disabled people
kids.
in it. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital be nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a couple of weeks back. I think you'd like it. Looks like I don't really have a choice.
Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education.
This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity.
He is very angry. Well, you should be excited to have the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one...
A special school, that's an insult. This is what I want to say. It's a step down.
I mean, it's not like the education is gonna be different, I think.
No.
I'm not sure.
But I don't know about I've never seen a disability school before. I think they generally don't do that. It's like kind of segregating people but I've never heard of this thing where there's like a hospital like right next to the school.
I think that's just, yeah. I think that's specifically for this start.
Yeah. So this whole thing seems kind of made up to me.
I mean, it is fiction. It's meant to be just for your enjoyment.
Yeah. My monitor just went off for a second. I was a little distracted. There it goes again. Shit.
Hisao is striking back.
We better finish this thing before everything crashes.
Shit.
It's not what you think. All of the students are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another.
Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability.
I wish I could do better voices.
I wish I could as well. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate.
But I only do like weird voices that injure my vocal cords if I do them too long.
I could do this doctor's one for a while, but especially when I'm doing D&D, I generally afterwards my voice is just dead.
Yeah, it's stuff that they teach you in voice acting schools.
Yeah, how to not injure your vocal cords.
Yeah, right. How to do this stuff without like injuring yourself.
Yeah.
I don't trust. I don't trust that I can do a voice like through the entire game.
Uh,
The best thing that I can do is like change my intonation,
yeah.
and that's about it.
If you're coming here
So
for voice acting, you've come to the wrong channel.
exactly, yeah. That's not what I do, or not what I can do. I do what I can
Yeah.
do though.
It's
I
not our
don't care.
specialty.
A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me, but what can I do about it? And normal life is out of the question now. It's funny, I had always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how I can go back to school anyways, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now it's futile. Look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, the doctor, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to disabled school, what are even those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing.
There you go.
That is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Yes, please. I want to get to that point in the game.
Do acts?
Is it? Are we past
Maybe.
that? No, this is Act 1, Joe.
Damn it.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have used that thumbnail.
We're at the school gates.
We weren't technically on Act 1.
We are
But-
finally
But,
on.
but, we're out of time.
Damn it.
So we'll have to do it next time.
Next time, everyone will get to meet all the wonderful people of Yumaku.
I think that's a great place to leave it off for next time.
Yeah.
Even though that whole episode was just a lot of talking to myself.
It was a needed episode.
It was needed in order to progress to the next point. I promise that Joe said that this is going to be good after this.
Yes, I do promise that.
When he starts actually talking to all the different people, all the girls.
Yeah, there's some male students.
Yeah, but I mainly think that the good interactions are probably between the girls and him.
I think that you'll enjoy Kenji a lot.
Okay.
I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Will we meet him? It's him, right?
Yes, possibly. I think so. It depends on how long the
Possibly.
episode goes on for.
Will we see him next time?
It's very possible.
Okay. Well, that's it. Very possibly we'll see him, Kenji, next time. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.